Brap. Jesse's putting new struts and wheel bearings in his car today. The caliper is held on with 2 of these 3/8 hex bolts. Sometimes they can be tight, so we put a pipe over the ratchet. There's 3 here that have to come off for the wheel bearing. They're pretty crusty, but the other side's already done, so hopefully it'll come apart. And you can line up the hole with the bolt like this. And those bolts are Torx T55 on this car, so it's a pretty big Torx bit. This is a Torx 55. It's a pretty big unit. We actually used the 1/2 inch on it because those bolts are torqued. Make sure I got the right size bit, make sure it's tight in there. Pound them in there with a hammer, that's what I do. Not gonna strip it, because if you strip it, it's gonna be a pain in the butt ever getting that bolt out or changing the bearing. And I actually broke them loose with this pipe because they're gonna be tight and they might be rusty. These are tight and temperamental. Some of these things are. And then the one in the middle, we probably should have broke that loose first, but there's a method for that. But if you still have the rotor on there, you can break this loose while the rotor's on by using the brakes or sticking a screwdriver through the rotor. So, if you go across 2 studs or the center hub, you can usually stop it from turning. And these are pretty tight as well. I'm not too worried about the studs because we're changing the whole hub and bearing assembly. There she goes. You're not supposed to use the impact gun on the center nut, but the old one, if you're going to be knocking it off or changing it, it probably doesn't matter too much. Failure to torque spindle nut to torque spec will result in premature bearing failure and voids warranty. The manufacturer's torque spec, we looked it up, it's 144 foot-pounds. Do not use impact wrench to torque the nut. So we're gonna do this by hand. We're gonna put all these in with the ratchet or the Johnson bar or the torque wrench or all 3. He was just here recently and put new brakes on. And he's got new strut to go on here as well. Shiny. So we cleaned out a little bit in the hub here because you probably saw how tight they are coming off. And you want to make sure your splines are clean and whatever. Spraying some WD-40. We'll just snug them all up.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a
Got the torque wrench set. Gonna do the outer 3, and then the axle nut in the center. It'll be 144.
Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood.
These outer ones get torqued to 110.
That's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make
And
a
then
mistake, it's called education.
the axle nut gets torqued to 144, according to the interwebs.
I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm breathing though. But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they ride.
The axle nut is 140,
They'll never stop unless I can swap all the
so that's 144.
in my head when I'm
And it'll click when you get to your.
And it won't go any past that? Like it won't?
Yeah,
can't
you
hold
can keep pushing, but it's up to you. Like
Oh.
you're pushing, right?
Yeah.
So if you keep going past that cliff, that's up to you.
Okay.
Stay away from all the shit because it's temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
That's better.
today's gonna be a good day.
New bearing, new strut. I think these rotors are only maybe a week or two old. Pro tip, inside it wheel nut to hold your rotor when you put the caliper back on.
Video?
Yeah. Look at these working conditions. I quit. I quit these conditions.
Alright, you can't quit. You're fired.
Friggin' brand new axles. I'm fired, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yuck. Tight and temperamental. Some of these things are. Yeah.